The reason the sky is red in this painting is the same reason there's a small chance the entire North American continent might need to be evacuated soon. I know that sounds crazy, and it is, but it's also true. So buckle up, because today you're going to learn about supervolcanoes. Volcanoes are one of those things like great white sharks or quicksand where you know it's dangerous, but you don't really care because you're never going to be near one, so why is it your problem? Well, some of these volcanoes are so big that if they ever decide to erupt, it's going to be your problem no matter where you are. For scale, let's talk about nuclear bombs for a second. When the US bombed Hiroshima, the mushroom cloud that engulfed the city had a blast yield of 15 kilotons. Nuclear weapons have gotten a lot bigger since then. The Tsar Bomba, a Russian hydrogen bomb, had a blast yield 3,000 times more powerful than that of Hiroshima. That sounds big, right? It's not. The eruption from the Krakatau volcano in Indonesia in 1883 had the equivalent of 13,000 times the explosive yield of Hiroshima and 4 times the yield of the Tsar Bomba. This was obviously bad news for anyone on the island at the time. If you somehow survived the explosion, the shockwaves, the poison gas, and raining lava, then you had to deal with the fact that the island was slowly collapsing. It's mostly underwater now, which kind of makes you wonder if that's what happened to Atlantis. If you were on the coastal town of a neighboring island like Java or Sumatra, then you'd be facing a 130-foot high tsunami that likely would have wiped out your entire village. Let's say you were sailing in the Indian Ocean 40 miles away. Guess what? The sound wave that eventually hit you could have shattered your eardrums, like it did for half of the crew of the HMS Norham Castle. But if you were on the opposite side of the globe, you might have heard this, as the pressure waves that came from that island in Indonesia circled the globe 4 times. You would also notice, no matter where you were in the world, that the weather was colder than usual for the next year, as a plume of volcanic ash covered the sky, creating a red hue that could be seen in this famous painting by Edvard Munch, Norway, and many other paintings from that era. Oh, did I not mention that Krakatau isn't even a supervolcano? Yeah, it only measures as a 6 on the volcanic eruption index, and the cutoff is 8. You know what is one though? The volcano that sleeps under Yellowstone National Park. This guy is over 50 times larger than Krakatau, and if it ever erupts, we're all gonna have to get off of this continent real fast. Though that might not even matter, since depending on their size, some supervolcanoes have been theorized to have started global ice ages. Luckily, the chances of this happening anytime soon are close to 0. According to the US Geological Survey, the chances are actually 1 in 730,000, and it's only happened 3 times in the past 2 million years. So the chances are low. I mean, they're not 0, but they're low. Also, if it ever does, we're gonna have between a few weeks and a few years warning. So I'm not gonna lose much sleep over this. And I hope you don't either. Okay, bye.